Hello everybody, it's Brian here. My neighbor just tipped me off that a local person was getting rid of some records. So I was able to message this person and arrange a pickup time. When I got there, she told me that someone else had been there before me and had taken quite a few of the records, but I decided to just take a risk. They were free. Judging by her age and the fact that they used to belong to her brother and the area we live in, I was a little worried that maybe there'd be a lot of garbage in here. So I have 3 containers of records that I haven't looked at yet. And the good news is I live near a thrift shop, so anything I don't want, I'm going to just walk up the street. So I haven't looked at these. So what I'm going to do is just go through them one at a time, which may be a bit boring for you, but I'm not going to say very much about them. If you see something interesting, let me know. So I'm just going to pull them out and then switch boxes and pull them out, and just I'm not going to say anything probably too much about it. So, and actually I'd be looking forward to hearing what you say. Carmen McRae, never heard of her. Never heard of this. Donna. Layla. I can't even read the font there. Jim McWilliams pouring out. Well, that's weird. Judging by everything else, we've got Aerosmith's Dude Looks Like a Lady still in a sleeve. So, interesting. James Taylor. I don't know much about James Taylor, let's be honest. Jean-Luc Ponty, who I do know, and I have 1 or 2 of his records. A Seam is Split. This looks terrible. Not even going to read it. Jorge Ferreira. I feel I'm going to go to the thrift shop soon. Living Strings. This is in really rough shape. Daniel Gerard, I guess. This could be a funny video. I'm not going to even read that. She did warn me that there may be some Portuguese records in there. Helena Tavares in really rough shape. George Benson, that's missing the record. I have a copy of this. Oh, a really beat up copy of A Farewell to Kings, but I will check that out from Rush. John McLaughlin. Myron Florin. This is an excellent record from Bruce Cockburn. I have a pretty minty copy, and this one's in terrible shape. High Winds, White Sky, great record. These look like they were abused. When I was there, she said there was also a record player. I looked at it, it was awful. This is a destroyed copy of a Santana record. It's really unplayable. Disco Dancing. The New Beatles Songbook. She did say there was Beatles, but I wasn't sure if she meant that the person took the Beatles, and this I don't even think would count as a Beatles record. Pure Hype. Debbie Boone, Joe English, James Ward, Wendell Burton, Bobby Springfield. I actually have this Rod Stewart record from when I was a kid, and it's in really rough shape. Oh, Rush. Grace Under Pressure. I was going to say I was going to look at that, but it's pretty rough. Saturday Night Fever. This sort of suits, well, there's three records in here, which is wrong. Why are there 3? Anyway, these are always in rough shape at the thrift shop, and this looks equally rough. A couple records without sleeves. George Benson. Oh, I guess that goes 2 George Benson records. Roberto Leal. There's like 5 records in there. How can that be? Marco Polo. No idea. There's a 45 that just fell out. I don't even know what that says. Bob Seger, Against the Wind. Liberace. I won't be keeping that. Oh, Level 42. I do like Level 42. This is a 12-inch single, Running in the Family. Happy Heart. The $6 Million Man. Oh man, I loved this show when I was a kid. I'm going to see if this is in... It looks really rough. Oh, Hemispheres. Why would someone leave this behind if someone looked through these? I have a copy of this, but I'll check the condition. It actually looks in pretty good shape. Oh, something for Anthony. Gambler 812, Elvis Presley. The collection. Of course, you never know. This one's missing inner sleeve, so we'll see how the shape of that is. The Elvis tapes. This is empty, the Elvis tributes. This is also empty, Elvis's Christmas record. Elvis, what is this? Original soundtrack recording from his NBC special. GI Blues. Again, a lot of these don't have inner sleeves, which means they might be in bad shape. Elvis, You'll Never Walk Alone. Elvis sings Flaming Star. Elvis in concert. Again, I'm just checking. Many of these don't have inner sleeves. Elvis Guitar Man. This one's empty. Elvis, an original soundtrack album from Kissing Cousins. Again, no inner sleeve in there either. Elvis Double Dynamite. What is this? Elvis Volume 3. The George Shearing Trio. Best of the Guess Who. Yeah, that record's in really awful shape. Here's records from my childhood. You can tell this one, we had this in our house. Fantastic. We've got a really beat up copy of BTO. I guess a lot of these are going to the thrift shop. George Thurston. Don't know who that is, actually. Don't know what that is. Well, there is a Beatles record in here. I will look at this, but that is Blue Hawaii is in there from Elvis Presley. That is weird. Blue Oyster Cult, kind of in rough shape, but I'll look at that. Best of the Bee Gees in really rough shape. We have Johnny White, don't know who that is. Another copy of Hemispheres. Interesting. Phil Chiaggi, don't know who that is. Antonio, I can't pronounce that. Maybe you know it. Big Four Country. So Merle Haggard, Sonny James, Buck Owens, Tennessee Ernie Ford. Actually, this has inner sleeves. It might be in good shape. Oh! Wow, Toronto, Girls Night Out. Interesting. That is an inner sleeve. That's kind of an... I saw this band in concert. They're a well-known Toronto band. I think they're from Toronto. They're called Toronto. The Truth, The Weapons of Love. 1987, maybe some sort of 80s kind of music. Linda Ronstadt. I have a copy of this. Joe and Eddie. I don't know who these guys are. Skitch Henderson, his piano orchestra. It's probably one to go away. Happy Together. Kai Warner sings an orchestra. Whatever. Don't want that. This is totally destroyed. The collection has like Elton John, Wednesday, Brownsville Station, Stylistics, Steppenwolf, but it's totally unplayable. Johnny Winter, no inner sleeve. That's a bit of a problem. Eagles, Hotel California. I am not a huge Eagles fan. I hate the title track of this record, but I will look at that. The Elvis medley. Somebody liked Elvis. Elvis, He Touched Me. I'm assuming that's a gospel record and not something else. The Elvis Connection. From Elvis Presley Boulevard, Memphis, Tennessee. El Martino. Rita Ribeiro. Elvis, Double Trouble. Elvis, Let's Be Friends. Elvis, I Got Lucky. A lot of these have writing all over them too, so What is this? Roberto Carlos. I'm not going to try and pronounce any of that. Dina Maria. Carmen Silva. I guess that's the, I don't know. Either there's two or the, it's rough shape. I don't know. Let's see the rest of these that we got. There's nothing in here. Nothing in here. Don't know what that is. Dina Mera. Cartas de Denise. I can't pronounce that. Glory and something. This is the one. Sounds Spectacular. The record fell out. That's in terrible shape. Hang on. I gotta get the second box. Let's go with the bag. There is a bag here. Okay. All right. Roberto Leal. I don't know. Terry Alves. Sydney Magal. There's a Portuguese record of some kind. The Monkees. But this looks unplayable. Let's see what we have here. Oh, a really beat up copy of Grease. One of the records is out. Another copy of Grease. This may have been a mistake. Oh, the Cars Greatest Hits. You know, I have a big Cars collection. I don't have the Greatest Hits, and this is still in the inner sleeve. Looks in good shape. That might be a keeper. Of course, I have Double Fantasy, but it actually looks okay. John Lennon. I always say that record would make a good EP. Dean Martin. Now that reminds me of my dad. He was a big Dean Martin fan. Demi Roussos. Don't know what that is. Let's go over. Best of the Bee Gees in rough shape. Johnny Rivers. Junior Mance. His piano and trio and the Bob Bain Brass Ensemble. Dance with the Shadows. Again, if there's anything here you think I should keep, just let me know. The Limelighters. Why do so many records not have the inner sleeve? It's incredible. Oh, Roy Orbison's Greatest Hits. Again, no inner sleeve, so I'm a little... That might be salvageable. Elvis Aloha from Hawaii. The Letterman. Men at Work. The kind of record that Ben Rankins hates. People think this is Australia. Of course, I have a copy of this from way back in time. The Best of the Fisher Choir. The Magic Sound of Dino Garcia or something. Perla. Midnight Dance Party with Al somebody. Dueling Banjos. It's like Deliverance. For Gary at Physical Format Rock and Roll, Olivia Newton-John. I might keep that just for him. This is empty. Elvis, the Sun Collection. There are 4 records in here. I don't know why that is. Elvis Sings for Children. I'm sure most of these Elvis records are probably trash, but a new song of Young Love, the Letterman. The Venturas. Now, the Ventures. I did like the Ventures. If that's playable, I might keep it. Jeff Beck. This looks in... Well, we'll see. I don't have this record. Dave Clark 5. Interesting. Art Garfunkel. I have this record. People love it. I'm not sure about it. Johnny Horton's Greatest Hits. I don't know who he is. Chicago. Is this a compilation? Yeah, Greatest Hits. Here's a free-flowing record with Quim Barreros, Roberto Leal, Roberto Jorge Ferreira. So far, a beat-up copy of Ghost in the Machine. My copy's way better than that. But another copy of Grease, but this one looks like it doesn't have both records. Donnie and Marie, a show we watched as a kid. There's no way I'm keeping that. Another record that is totally destroyed. Johnny Rivers. Rock 81 with, it's got a giant scratch. Boomtown Rats, XTC, Pat Benatar, The Police, Heart, The Knack. Would have been interesting, but it's totally destroyed. Oh my god, I hate this record. Lionel Richie. It's also in really rough shape. Yeah. John Travolta and Olivia Newton-John, Two of a Kind. Another copy of Grease. Let me just pull the rest of these out of here. We have You Must Be Love, Love and Kisses. I don't know what that is. Oh my god, The Happy Days. Fawn's Favorites. Kind of in terrible shape. Leona Boyd, no thank you. Jackpots. So maybe the person who got there before me got all the good stuff. Joe Carlo. I don't know what this is. Oh, and Olivia Newton-John. There is one more bin. Hang on. Oh. Rock and something. Can't even read that font. Maxi Disco 30, Disco Ellipse, Village People, Macho Man. These are empty. These Jorge Ferreira records. Let's see what else we got here. Okay. Invitation to Love. Jorge Ferreira. Eugenia Lina? Still in the shrink. Elvis, Tribute to Johnny. Rant and Rave with the Stray Cats. Well, actually not bad. I actually own that record, though. Peter Gordon and Woman. I don't know what that is. The Statler Brothers. Linda Carter. Here's Wonder Woman. My dad really liked her. George McDaniels. Hit After Hit. Jean-Luc Ponty, really beat up record. Wings of Sound, which has things like Rex Smith, Bob Dylan, KC and the Sunshine Band, Nick Lowe, Cheap Trick, the other Man at Work record we all know about. Wow. Queen, and A Day at the Races, but this is totally trashed. Dr. Zhivago. Lovely Hula Girl. The Edgar Winter Group. Again, this is in really rough shape. Al Stewart's Time Passages, which I believe I have, and I'm not sure I ever listened to it. Howard Public School Choir. Hot Hits. Girls' School. Wow. Woman in Red. Elvis in person at the International Hotel. Again, really, really rough shape on that one. Elvis, Almost in Love. The original soundtrack from the new motion picture Elvis. Elvis, For Old Time's Sake. And again, these are all really seem to be in rough shape. Burning Love, Elvis. Elvis Sings hits from his movies. Anne Murray, but there are like 6 records in there. I don't know what's going on, and she's awful. So, well, I shouldn't say that. I don't really like her. Leona Boyd. Another one for Gary. Looks like this has come apart here. There's ONJ's Greatest Hits. I guess this came out of there, so we will see. E.D. Gold. I don't know what that is. Camilo Sesto. Kenny Rogers. I don't really like Kenny Rogers. Wow. The very best of Dwayne Eddy. That's a surprise. But again, I don't know if that record's playable. Roberto Leal. Best of the Doobie Brothers. Oh my god. This might be the cream of the crop. Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits Volume 1 in an inner sleeve. That looks in great shape. Of course I have a copy. Chuck Mangione. Donna Summer. Not a fan of John Denver. Carole King. You know, this one's unplayable as well. Rod Stewart. I have this record. Barbra Streisand. Best of Anthony Newley. Sentimental Zither with Ruth Welcome. That's empty. Barbra Streisand. Oh, something for MGK Boston. Neil Diamond. The Best of Charlie Rich. You Must Be Love, Love and Kisses. I think these records are mismatched because this has something else in it. Well, that might have been interesting, but I think this is totally destroyed. Some sort of Christmas record. Kenton's West Side Story. Bob Seger, Stranger in Town. Drummer Boy. Oh, here's another record I own. It's a good record. No inner sleeve. 24 Dynamic Hits. Rush, Farewell to Kings. But it's not even in a Rush inner sleeve. And that record is in totally rough shape. Roberto Leal. Some sort of Portuguese record. Might be, I don't know, it's empty. Roberto Leal. Duo Oro Negro. I don't know what that is. Elvis Christmas album. Jorge Ferreira. Some maybe other Portuguese thing. More Portuguese music. Calgary Flames 2006 wall calendar. Peter Frampton, I'm In You. Diana Ross's Greatest Hits. Which would be okay. Wow. Moving pictures from Rush. Amazing. I don't know what that is. We have Roger Williams and the Best Songs of the Fabulous 50s. Roses Are Red from Bobby Vinton. Stan Kenton. Elton John's Victim of Love. Oh, the Rossington Collins Band. Well, here's a good band. Max Webster, originally from Sarnia. Moved to Toronto. Saw them in concert more than once. Great record. Kenny Rogers, Greatest Hits. Nancy Ames. What is this? The Old New Board in Blue. I don't know what that is. An empty sleeve. Wow. Another Max Webster record. Too bad I have them all, but this one doesn't have an inner sleeve and it's really scratched up. Gino Vanelli. Oh. Olivia Newton-John, Let's Get Physical. Our members of Elvis, Volume 2, and 45. Excuse me, 45 here. I don't know what it is, some sort of Portuguese thing. So I would say a handful of things that are worth looking at more closely and a bunch of nonsense. So I guess that was a bust. Almost a bust. Goodbye.